Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ryan Reacts. Today, we're checking out the top 10 freakiest creepypastas ever told. Part 2 from Matthew Santoro. This is the second part I'm going to watch. I love the first one, and I know what you're going to be asking about this. Ryan, why are you naked? Well, I don't really have a good excuse. I just am. I'm wearing pants, okay? Alright, listen, I got hot, alright, so I took off my shirt. Dear Hobo Ryan, I caught my girlfriend watching your video. She made sweet love to me, realizing how good looking I am in comparison. Thank you. Love, Stephen Hawking. You're welcome, Stephen Hawking. You're welcome. Oh, of course, the video will be in the description. Go check out the original video. Give them a like, give them some love. Matthew deserves it. He's a great content provider. Go check him out. Now to the video.
It's that time once again, friends. Uncle Matt's going to tell you a bedtime story.
Well, I'm naked!
Oh yes, time indeed.
The age-old tradition
I was never promised a gangbang. Also, my video froze.
has gotten a digital upgrade with creepypastas, scary stories that spread across websites, social media, and message boards, becoming internet lore that are discussed both on and
Is it weird that I want to touch his beard? It's weird because I have one.
Perhaps.
But his just feels like it'd be like sandpaper.
That doesn't make it any less
Mine
scary.
feels like a
These stories
hedgehog
keep me
or
up at night,
something.
and they might just have the
I'm gonna
same
watch the
effect on
video.
you. So if you're a light sleeper, I'll warn you to proceed with caution, because here are the 10 freakiest creepypastas ever told. Part
Listen,
2.
folks, if you're scared of a
Number one
monster,
is the
just get
Nazi
naked.
goat man
Who wants to
story.
kill a naked
This
man?
story
Nobody.
tells of a group of 11
Nobody.
teenagers who
What?
spend a night in a trailer out in the Alabama woods. They're having fun until a nasty
There's your
smell
problem,
fills the
Alabama.
campsite, like cooking blood and singed hair. They try to make the best of their camping experience, but later, when they all come together for dinner, the food is portioned out to feed 12. One more than the group that they actually
Jesus!
feed. Quickly, they realize that someone else has joined
He's good
their
with that.
group. What they didn't know is that those woods were filled with goat
men!
shape-shifting beasts of Native
That's a
American
bit of the
origin.
opposite of what I
From that
said.
point on, the young kids never knew if it was their friends they were speaking to.
Oh,
Or
Goatman.
something else.
Number 2 is Honora Petrova.
Pause. I just have this image of them going, Jenny, I think there's something in the grass stalking us. And you just see this giant goat man just eating grass. Jenny's like, run! Wait a minute, where's John? Oh my God! Yeah! Oh my God, John! No, John! It's not a human! Oh! Only John will get that one. Because let's just say, the goat wasn't doing the ramming. He's gonna kill me for this.
Petrova was one of the most promising figure skaters in the United
Ah!
States.
Figure
until
skating!
she came across the Wikipedia page made in her name. Oddly enough, instead of just reporting on what she had done, it also predicted her wins prior to her competition.
Wait, who are
Everything
you?
was seemingly
You've
going
got
her
hair!
way until Honora
How
decided
dare
to
you?
edit
I
her
was
own
promised a bald
Wikipedia
man
in
named
order to
Matthew
guarantee
Santoro.
herself a win. From there, her life spiraled out of control in a series of terrible
Is this a
events.
real
First,
thing?
a freak accident involving a performer's blade breaking off of their skate and firing into the stands where she had been sitting and leaving her disfigured. This had
Wow.
been predicted on her Wikipedia page as well. Things
Whoa.
became worse and worse, and eventually her Wikipedia page updated with Honora Petrova is a pathetic little orphan. Her family dead and left with nothing, her life was eventually snuffed out when her Wikipedia page updated itself and pronounced her dead. It was never known who or what was behind those fatefully accurate updates on her Wikipedia page.
Like, there's gotta be a catch here. Creepypastas aren't real. We all know this is true. But this has somehow weaving itself, or whatever, into reality, which makes a good creepypasta. Don't get me wrong. To make a good creepypasta, you want to get the people to believe it's real. Is this real? Also, what? I hope that one's not real. Because I'm going to find that son of a bitch who called her an orphan and I'm going to punch him right in the dick. feel bad because she's actually dead. And no one wants that. No one wants ice skating.
Back in the early 1970s, there was a show known as Cove, which featured creepy marionette puppets. User
I have
Sky
seen this one.
Shale 003 created an online chat room to discuss the show with others to see if they also recalled watching the low-budget television show, as it gave him terrible nightmares that he still lives with to this day. Surprisingly, he quickly found others who shared their own memories of Candle Cove, including Pirate Percy, the Skin Taker, and Horace the Horrible.
He
The
also
conversation
takes
quickly turned to the final
internet
episode of the show,
content.
where the members
Woo!
recalled the puppets bursting into horrific screams that left Sky Shale 003 and others in the forum crying in horror, who have also been living with the constant nightmares. One specific user, Mike Painter 65, shocked that he wasn't alone, decided to consult his mother about why he was ever allowed to watch this show as a child. However, his mother was surprised that the man ever remembered Candle Cove, telling him that as a boy, he would sit in front of a static television screen of dead air for 30 minutes each day, saying that he was watching his
I didn't
favorite
know that
pirate
part.
show.
Number 4
I knew the story.
is
I didn't know the
No
ending,
End
though.
House.
That's so
A
good.
young man named David Williams was up to a challenge. He was going to be given $500 if he could make it through a haunted house all by himself. But upon
What?
entering
Where
the
was
dark
I?
and No End House,
500
facing
bucks?
unspeakable horrors, he quickly regretted his decision. He
I
was
don't know.
attacked by biting insects. He had to interact with terrifying
Biting
apparitions and
insects?
beasts, and he even
Biting
had to witness
insects.
the own murder of his parents. But through it all, David eventually makes it to what he believes to be the next to final room. Room 8. In this room, he finds an exact clone of himself seated in a chair with a knife nearby. On his clone's chest was the number 9. David is forced to essentially kill himself in order to escape. Although he gets his hands on the $500 exit prize, he eventually drives home only to realize that the number 10 is etched into his door. And all he can do is laugh as he realizes there truly is no end to No End House.
Yes, that may be true. But $500. I could finally buy an Xbox One. And the ghosts can play with me if they want. I lied. They can't. It's mine. I want it. Go suck a dick.
Sleep experiment.
I've heard
Back
this
in the
one too.
1940s,
This one's...
shortly after World War II,
It's just
Russian
effed up.
researchers exposed 5 people to experimental gas with the intention of keeping them awake for 15 days. Locked away with no outside world contact, the subjects simply went insane. When the time was up, the subjects
I go insane if I don't have
found
a
states of
freaking
partial
10 hours of
mutilation,
sleep.
flesh and muscle torn from their bodies with their own fingers.
Hey, buddy!
One subject lay dead, used as a food source
good?
by the other 4, despite food rations having been provided. To this very day, nobody knows exactly what occurred during the experiments or what the intentions of the researchers were.
Well, yeah, they
but
did.
the
I mean, you
results
got the...
were undeniable.
Number 6 is Abandoned by Disney. A Disney
I've
theme
seen
park
this
known
one
as
too.
Treasure Island in Baker's
It's
Bay,
got a
Bahamas,
really
was
stupid ending.
abandoned
If
by
it doesn't
Disney.
tell them,
This
I'll
was
tell you
after
at the
a
end.
failed $30 million construction project, and it has since become known as
See
a
that?
ghost town. One individual
A fragment of
foolishly
truth.
ventured into the eerie,
And
dark
then you go
park to
off
explore.
and lie.
The chilling experience
And
took
make a
turn for
story.
the worse when he entered the
Because if
mascot
there's a
only
fragment of
area.
truth, it
Inside,
makes
he
it a
discovered
lot more
number of
scary.
Disney costumes, but there was one costume, a Mickey Mouse costume, that was laid out in a way that was a little bit more sinister than the others. The costume appeared
love the ending of
itself
this
to
one.
be a murder victim. As the man attempted to take a photo, the Mickey Mouse costume sprung to life. Want to see my head come off? The costume asked, and without waiting for an answer, the costume began to tear at its own head and neck. Thick, chunky yellow blood spilled everywhere, and the man turned and ran out, noting that above the door to the mascot's only area was written "Abandoned by God." He never went back, and it's unknown if the Mickey Mouse costume is still there waiting for its next visitor.
You know, I could see you being like, Ryan, why would you find that funny? Because it's the thought of Mickey just being like, you want to see a magic trick? And like, really, like yellow blood, wouldn't that like make you not like, oh, it looks like paint? Can I see your next trick? Mickey's like, ah, shit, that's all I got. Actually, I was gonna kind of hang out with my girlfriend, Minnie. We can watch us have sex. All right. We're gonna be watching The Office on Netflix. Oh, you get internet here? No. Ah! He runs out. My dead girlfriend keeps messaging me. Well, this truly is hell then.
Dead girlfriend keeps messaging me. A young man named Nathan was having a hard time coping with the passing of his girlfriend Emily, unable to come to terms with deleting her off of his Facebook. One day, he received a hello from her in the form of a Facebook message. Originally, thinking her account was hacked, he disregarded it.
Why would you delete your dead girlfriend's account on Facebook?
Nonsensical
Oh, she's dead now. Delete.
As well as her tagging herself in pictures that she was not visible in. Nathan realized
a
that
hipster
the messages
ghost!
he was receiving were simply recycled portions of previous chats that the couple had had.
Is it
in
this
the past,
movie?
Which wasn't
Unfriended or
reason for
something?
alarm. That was until a message with the word freezing came through. That was, in fact, the last message that Emily had ever sent Nathan
Mr. Freeze?
while she was still alive, and only he
Mr.
knew
Freeze
it.
killed her!
Distraught, Nathan understandably went to seek help.
He's an asshole.
But before
And
leaving
he's
his
bald.
computer, got a final notification of being tagged in a picture with Emily. It was of him, in his room, at his computer, posting the story online.
Number 8 is The Expressionless. In June of 1972, a woman...
Pause, because that thing scares the pants off me. Why were you still uploading pictures of a girl who's dead? Here's me with my dead BFF! Ghost is like, oh, tag. Like, could you imagine, like, if you could see the ghost? She's just sitting there on her cell phone just like normal. Huh. Sweet. Just imagine Death's like, wow, you get to be a ghost, but you get the power of Facebook. What? Facebook. Death, are you being paid by Mark Zuckerberg? Absolutely.
Arrived at Cedars-Sinai Hospital in nothing but a white gown covered in blood. The woman was different from your typical patient. She inspired terror in anyone who witnessed her. The woman appeared as if though
it was me, asshole, and I'm a man.
Kitten clamped within her mouth. She spit it out on the floor before collapsing and remained motionless as she was transported to the emergency room. When doctors arrived,
did I hear that
she
right?
smiled and revealed sharp, jagged teeth. A doctor nervously asked,
"Whoa!
What are you?" The woman with inhuman speed bit out the doctor's jugular and then whispered, "I am God." She feasted on the security guards who entered the room to stop her before she escaped the hospital.
So it's
She
Sonic
has
the
never
Hedgehog.
been seen since.
Anyone who knows the Sonic EXE knows that's the catchphrase of it. I am God. Sonic the Hedgehog. But still not better than Mario. Oh, sorry, Sonic. What does that make you? Some people had to do crazy miracles. And all she had to do was have sharp teeth and bite someone's jugular out.
Widemouth. Sick with a case of mono, a 5-year-old boy.
I think I've read this one before, but it reminds me of the Japanese myth with the girl with the.
The lonely child enjoyed the company of Mr. Widemouth, who soon
I have
came
heard
up
this
with
one
a
before.
game to play, leaping from the second story of his home. Mr. Widemouth continued to try to get the young boy to do other extremely dangerous things, including juggle knives. Luckily,
that's what
despite
Mr.
all of
Widemouth looked like?
Suggestions, the boy continued
A Care
to
Bear?
refuse. One of the strangest refusals that the boy recalls is an instance in which Mr. Widemouth suggested that the boy follow him down a trail, which he also refused. Years later, that boy became a young man and decided to travel down that very path, only to realize that it led to a graveyard filled with many children's tombstones.
Oh, you piece of shit, Widemouth. Oh, not Smile Dog.
An amateur writer paid a visit to a woman named Mary
There
E.
you go.
in Chicago.
Get ready to
because
see
she
a
claimed to
stupid
have a
picture,
story
folks.
that
That's
she
cursed.
wanted to share with him that he might have wanted to write about. When he arrived at her home, he found her locked up in her bedroom where she was crying profusely and ranting about nightmares and visions. All of this was centered around an image she had
spooky internet dogs.
JPEG. It was said that viewing this image, which consisted of a smiling dog, would incite insanity upon anyone who viewed it. The smiling dog
This
would
is
invade
technically
their
a classic
dreams and demand that they share
creepypasta,
the
like
image, or
top
else
5
they
I'd
would
have to say at least.
certainly die. Mary E. intended to share the image with the writer in order to save herself from certain death, but eventually she changed her mind. Soon after, Mary
She's
E.
like,
took
nah,
her own life,
screw you,
unable to
Ringu
cope
girl.
with the endless assaults from the smiling dog. Nearly a year later, the author was sent an email with an attachment. It was the smile.jpg image, and his curiosity was too much to bear. The author foolishly
Are
opened
we
the
gonna
image
see it too?
and looked upon it. To
Ah!
save himself, the author posted this
It's
story
so
online for
stupid!
anyone unfortunate enough to come across it. You're welcome.
And that's it. Thank you so much to my good friend Rob Dyke, who's behind me, for helping me with this extra creepy episode. Be sure
Pause. Thank you, Matt, for that great video. But I'm sorry, Smile Dog. You're the stupidest thing I ever saw in my life. Like, literally, that's what's supposed... I have seen scarier pictures of dogs with a smile. Have you seen them? Like, with their... Freaky shit. But that was not freaky shit. That's just a... It's an asshole. Some guy took a picture of his dog and went, oh, that's creepy. I'll put it on the internet. Hold on. Dead girlfriend again. Delete. One message. Your picture's stupid. Oh yeah, lady? It's cursed. Oh god, I think she killed herself. Ladies and gentlemen, this was the Freakiest Creepypastas Ever Told, number 2. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, give a like, share the video, and write a suggestion down below. My name's Ryan the Hobo, and Smile Dog is a bitch. Quite literally. What if I got mauled by a dog right now? What if it just jumped me right now? Come on. Ah! I try to give you guys good content, but I just don't get mauled by dogs. I'm sorry. Guy half naked makes video, gets mauled by a dog from famous picture, who is probably dead. Actually, now I think about it. You know, the worst part is that dog in the picture is probably the sweetest dog you ever met. Because have you ever met a mean dog? They're far and few apart. It was probably the nicest dog you ever had. It probably loved pettings and sitting on laps and going for walks. And you know how his legacy lives on? He's Satan. I'll remember you, Smile Dog. Not as an evil monster, but as a picture a guy took. Rest in peace, Smile Dog. Smile on, buddy. Smile on. I should put some clothes on.